part 2 of episode 69, a rowdy edition of Top Rope Rowdy in honor of and tribute to the late great Roddy Piper.
Bagpipe music.
Yeah, in the background.
That's right.
Well, that's using this as the part for SummerSlam. We said no, we're going to push it back to episode 70 and continue on our SummerSlam talk. But this week we're going to talk about every pay-per-view match that Roddy Piper had, his championship matches, and if it's just a match, it's just a match, you know?
There you go.
If he was on pay-per-view, we're talking about it.
There you go. We're going to start out with the WWF World Heavyweight title.
Yes.
And
he was in 3 title matches for the WWF title.
There you go. You had the WWF, the war to settle the score against Hulk Hogan, who was the champion, and Hogan defeated Roddy Piper by disqualification.
That's right. He's not laying down to Hogan. He's going to get himself disqualified, which Piper would do best.
Exactly.
Next up was WWE WWF Wrestling Classic. It was also Hogan defending his title against Roddy Piper, and he was defeated by disqualification again.
There you go. And then he was in the WWF Royal Rumble 1982, and I'm assuming that's saying that's the Royal Rumble that Flair won?
Yes.
Where Flair won the championship? Is that one?
That is the one, yes. That was when the title was on the line, which it's about time to do that again. How about that, you know?
It is. That would be kind of neat.
And that was, he was in 3 title matches, which I mean, for the WWF, which I mean, he didn't care about the title, but still to know that he did scratch the surface.
There you go. And he wrestled twice at Royal Rumble 92.
Yes.
According to this right here.
He did. Because up next we're going to talk about the Intercontinental Championship. The first one was in the Royal Rumble 92 when he defeated the current champion, the Mountie, to become the Intercontinental Champion.
Won by submission. I'm assuming that would be the Haberhood.
Which you're going to tap out to.
Of course. Don't everybody?
Everybody does. And then he defended the title at WrestleMania 8 against Bret Hart, which what you were talking about earlier.
Yes. Part 1 is.
Where Piper was pinned by Bret to lose the Intercontinental.
He had him in a sleeper hold, though.
He did have a sleeper hold.
But he flipped him over. 1, 2, 3. Then you have the World Tag Team titles, WWE.
Yep.
Cyber Sunday. I don't know what I was about to say there. I don't even know. Cyber Slam. I don't even know what that was. Cyber. That's I think that might be ECW. Anyway, Cyber Sunday 2006.
Summerfest here.
Hey, there you go. Cyber Sunday 2006. Ric Flair and Roddy Piper defeated by submission Kenny Mikey in the green suits. The Spirit Squad.
Imagine Flair and Piper being the tag team champions.
There you go. So he started out in a when you talk about title matches and everything, he was going against Hogan for the World Championship, and then ended pay-per-view title matches in 2006.
Yep.
From there, way back then to 2006, becoming the tag team champion. That's
means he still had it.
There you go.
Next, we're going to talk about WCW, the World Heavyweight Championship. It was Super Brawl 7. Hogan, the champion,
Of course.
defeated Piper, but he pinned him this time. Pinned Piper because I guess what Ted Turner and everybody wanted for WCW.
That's right. Probably what Hogan wanted.
Of course. Next up is for the WCW United States Championship. Okay.
Yeah, Super Brawl 9. Scott Hall defeated by pinning Roddy Piper. It doesn't say who the champion is there.
It doesn't say champion was, but going by the dates, I would say it's probably...
I mean, he was U.S. champion at one point. So maybe he lost the belt.
Yeah, that's pretty Scott Hall, yes.
There you go. We're going to talk about the WCW Tag Team titles.
The Tag Team Championships at the Great American Bash 1997.
Oh, look who his partner is again.
I know, look at the
tag team.
And the champions were Kevin Nash, got all the outsiders as they defeated Ric Flair and Roddy Piper. And I bet you Flair.
But isn't that weird? Flair and Piper were tag team against Spirit Squad way later on. Isn't that interesting? From 97 to 2006.
That shows that WWE copied.
There you go. NWA Starrcade 83. What did that go up against? Because it could have been WrestleMania 1 because he's in WrestleMania. 83. There was a big event that went up
That was in
against.
December, though. So in 83, though.
Because remember, they always talk about that. There's a big event, and that was one of them that Starrcade went up against another big event. I don't know.
What Survivor Series?
Because WrestleMania was the first thing anyway, wasn't it?
Yes.
Must have been another big event they had.
Could have been the Classic. Could have been wrestling.
Could have been the big event. They had one of those.
They did have one of those too.
Piper defeated Greg Valentine at Starrcade '83 in a dog collar match, and that was one of the most brutal matches ever seen up to that point.
Oh yes.
It was bloody. It was rough. It was crazy.
Up next was WCW Starrcade '96. Piper defeated by knockout Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Couldn't pin him. Knocked him out.
Knocked his ass out.
There you go. WCW Uncensored '97. Hogan, Nash, Savage, and Hall defeated by pinning, by a pin. Don't know who he pinned, but they defeated Chris Benoit, Jeff Jarrett, Roddy Piper, Steve McMichael, Lex Luger, Scott Steiner, and the Giant in a triangle elimination tag. 4 versus 4 versus 3. The wonderful booking of WCW. Because that makes no sense.
I smell Vince Russo all over that.
I don't even know. He wasn't around back then, though.
Oh, was
Eric Bischoff.
Oh, good lordy.
That's Eric Bischoff, Terry Taylor, and Kevin Love.
And up next was WCW '97. Kevin Green, Ric Flair, Roddy.
You didn't say Slamboree.
Oh, Slamboree, what did I say?
You didn't say anything. You said WCW '97.
Oh, Slamboree. Kevin Green, Ric Flair, Roddy Piper defeated by pin Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Six Pack. Or 6. In a 6-person tag.
WCW Bash at the Beach. 1997, Roddy Piper defeated by TKO Ric Flair.
Only be a partner so long, and then you gotta be pissed off.
That's right.
Up next was WCW Halloween Havoc '97.
One of my favorite people.
Roddy Piper defeated by TKO Hollywood Hogan in a steel cage.
Interesting.
It's not all people out.
That's right. I guess it's I wonder if it's just from the sleeper hold. It's not going out like that? I wonder if that's a TKO. I guess it should have been. That's weird. I mean, you just punch him in the face. I didn't know he was big on punching in the face. It's weird. And then we had...
Piper would cheat.
He would. WCW Spring Stampede, 1998. Hogan and Nash defeated Piper and the Giant via pinfall in a... Oh, my Lord. Always on a pole. Something like a baseball bat on a pole tag match. Why is there a baseball bat involved in here? That should be first game.
That's WCW.
Exactly.
Up next was the Great American Bash '98. It was Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan defeating by pin Randy Savage and Roddy Piper.
What a tag team.
That is a very good tag. I mean,
both of them crazy.
Both of them are good tag teams.
Yes.
So.
But Savage and Piper, they crazy.
Yes.
You gotta watch out for them. WCW Great American Bash '98. Piper defeated by submission. The Macho Man.
So they teamed, and then
probably right after they split up right after that.
Probably so.
Probably got mad at each other.
That's the same thing. Yeah. That was it.
Wait,
it is.
It's the same year.
It is the same year and the same event. WCW Variety. They probably had to wrestle and then together, and then they were teamed together. No wonder they lost.
Weird.
But you know what? We can always look at it on the network. Only $9.99.
Only $9.99, but that is strange.
Up next was WCW's Fall Brawl '98.
War Games.
DDP. Roddy Piper and the Warrior defeated by submission Bret the Hitman Hart, Hulk Hogan, Stevie Ray of
Indigo White Black,
Kevin Nash, Lex Luger, Sting in a War Games 3 versus 3 versus 3.
Team WCW, Team White and Black, Team Wolfpack. You just can't say White and Black.
Can't.
Caucasian in Africa. Oh, it really was. I mean, it was a mixed tag team, wasn't it? Sorry about that, guys. My bad. WCW Slamboree, so you're hating on this guy. Slamboree, 1999. Roddy Piper defeated by disqualification Ric Flair.
That nasty Flair. WCW Great American Bash '99. Ric Flair defeated by disqualification Roddy Piper.
Just flipping around.
That nasty Piper.
WCW, once again, booking just famous people just to do it. WCW Bash at the Beach 1989, Buff Bagwell defeated by pinfall Roddy Piper. They really gave that book back. That's pretty sad.
That is pretty sad.
Defeated Roddy Piper with special guest referee. Let's get it on! Nils Lane the judge, the boxing man, the boxing referee, and also the celebrity deathmatch referee. Why? Please explain.
That's WCW.
WCW. Open checkbook. That's what that problem was.
WWF WrestleMania, folks. Hulk Hogan and Mr. T defeated by pin Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper.
WrestleMania 2 in New York. Is that the one where they did 3 different locations?
Yep.
Mr. T defeated by disqualification Roddy Piper.
WrestleMania 3. Roddy Piper defeated by submission Adrian Adonis.
Hair
versus hair. Thanks to your boy.
Ugh, Lord. WWF Survivor Series 89. It's a year old. A year and a month. It's pretty scary. Jacques and Raymond Rougeau and Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude defeated by pinfall the Bushwhackers, Jimmy Snuka, and Roddy Piper.
I'm so sorry.
That's a mixed match there, ain't it?
That is terrible.
Ooh, that's weird.
That's a terrible Survivor Series. Poor Piper.
No wonder Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude's team won.
Yeah. The WWF Royal Rumble 1990. He was in that, but it was won by Hulk Hogan.
Ugh. I think that was before the, that was when it was about the belt instead of about the number one contendership. So, of course, Hogan had to win.
Yeah, he was in the going as champion.
Ugh.
So why, you know?
Get up in nerves. I don't like that concept. Always being for the belt. Every now and then, like the Flair thing, it's fine.
Right.
But it had nothing to do with number one contendership. So, what are you really fighting for?
Just saying you won the Royal Rumble. That's why that. There was nothing on line. I mean, hey, I won. Okay.
Weird.
You go on as champion, you win. So it makes you just say, well, the best. That's like John Cena going as champion and winning the Royal Rumble.
Right. What is DCO?
Double count out.
That makes sense now. Does that mean anyway? That is me.
That is you.
WrestleMania 6. I'm getting these Roman numerals, people. Thank you, Piper.
After so many years.
Piper's helping me out today with all these Roman numerals. He got a lot of Roman numerals in his stuff. Roddy Piper had a draw with Bad News Brown with a double count out. I believe that was the year of the half-painted body. Couldn't get away with that now if you tried.
I'm afraid I thought you were going to say Bad News Bears.
Close enough, really. It is B&B, which is pretty funny.
It is.
Pretty funny.
Survivor Series 1991. Ric Flair, Teddy DiBiase, the Mountie, and the Warlord.
That's a pretty good team.
Because of Flair and DiBiase defeated by disqualification Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, the British Bulldog, and Virgil. Virgil.
That's the only thing that ruined that team. Probably the one that lost.
Okay, so
oh, it was DQ.
Bret was against the Mountie. Virgil
was against
Teddy DiBiase, Piper and Flair, and then Bulldog and Warlord.
Yep. Let's put the feuds together.
They could do that now.
They could do that now.
It's just crappy writing. Now they just it's like it's too hard. It's not.
It is apparently.
It writes itself.
Then we have the WWF King of the Ring, 1994, where Roddy Piper pinned Jerry the King Lawler. King of Memphis.
I'm going to wrestle. I'm not going back and see that.
Do what? You don't remember that?
I do not remember that match.
You losing your mind already?
I lose my mind already.
Yeah, get it.
WrestleMania 12. Roddy Piper draw, no contest. Defeating Goldust. I would say he defeated Goldust. He was stripped naked almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
A Hollywood backlock brawl. It's a brawl.
Brawl. Who need? I mean, why does there have to be a draw?
It does.
No contest. It's a brawl. There has to be a winner.
And Piper
has to be a winner.
I would say, if somebody asked me today, who won that match? I'd say Piper won a match.
But in the long run, I like what Goldust posted. Dustin Reynolds posted on.
A lot of people post a lot of things.
Dustin posted it on Twitter. That match right there made the Goldust character.
Oh.
That put him on the map just based on Piper. Didn't matter if he won or lost. That put him on the map just by having that match. He was supposed to be facing, I think it was Razor Ramon, and that's when Razor left. He's supposed to be facing somebody else. And it kind of got swapped around, so Piper ended up getting it. Which is good for Goldust.
Oh, yeah.
Because Piper could be like, that's kind of weird now. He could have.
He could have, yeah.
He's a consummate professional.
And I've used some O.J. Simpson footage, which is kind of retarded.
That is very funny, though.
It is
very
funny. Vince's land again.
There you go. We have WWE Judgment Day 2003. Once again, even with the mask on, he's got to beat Piper. Mr. America.
Yeah, Mr. America.
You saw the Fu Manchu. It was the food.
What is he?
And and when he got fired that time, he's been fired like as many times as Piper now. He might get a longer record though because he's still alive, so he may get rehired and fired again.
Yeah, maybe.
At some time when nobody remembers all that's going on right now. But anyway, they showed at a house show where Mr. America took his mask off. And they're like, "Oh, you're fired." They were firing him anyway apparently, so they just used that as a storyline.
Yes.
But yes, apparently, Mr. America defeated by pinfall. Alrighty.
I bet you with a leg drop.
Probably. He was just a big Hogan fan, I guess.
And the Royal Rumble in 2008, where John Cena won.
That was the Royal Rumble where the whole Rumble stopped. Everybody just got back. They just moved out of the way. And you had Snuka and Piper fighting in the middle of the ring. Everybody just quit wrestling each other. How cool is that?
That was his last Royal Rumble.
There you go. But a pretty neat way there. And here we go.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's done right.
Exactly.
You have your moment.
Because, I mean, when they're older, you don't want to give them too much, but give them enough to where
I kind of wish they did that now. I mean, when you wanted to see a match, you want to see it. But now we get it Monday on Raw or whatever. We'll get it 5-6 times. It ain't that special. We wanted Warrior and Hogan, two guys who never touched. They were both fan favorites. When they were in the ring together, it's like this is it. Right. And then of course you break it up. You don't have touch. No. But now, we want to fight you 3 or 4 times, and then I guess we'll have a pay-per-view match. Okay, why?
Exactly.
You done beat me twice. I done beat you twice. Why have another match for him?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what's left to wrestle.
Then WrestleMania 25.
Sure.
What? Sure. I am. That's XXV 25.
You're doing so good with these.
Thank you. I think that was the year after Flair.
24?
That was the year after Flair had to retire. Because he was out ringside with him.
Yes, he was.
Could not wrestle. So, I don't remember where this was at, because it was Orlando was 24 with Flair. I don't remember where this one was at. But anyway. Arizona? It might have been. Handicap tag elimination match with Chris Jericho all by his lonesome, defeated by pinfall, Jimmy Snuka, Ricky Steamboat, and Roddy Piper in a who's who of 70s, 80s, 90s stars.
Yep.
If you will.
Snuka went first, then Piper, and then Steamboat.
Which nobody knew because Steamboat had not wrestled since Austin injured him. I mean, not on purpose, of course.
No.
But he got hurt in a match with Austin in WCW so bad that he had to quit wrestling. Yeah. And this was his first match ever since then. And that dude could still go.
He could.
And then the very next month at Backlash, had a one-on-one with Jericho. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, he went to town on that match with Jericho. I mean, he could still go. And, I mean, that just shows you right there.
And he had the home team.
Well, and that was what the thing was, what you call them, the Nexus people. That was Nexus. That wasn't Jericho.
Still, they kind of pushed the envelope a little bit.
They did. He shouldn't have gone out there and got the mess beat out of him by Nexus. You know, that's what you get the young folks in there for.
If you're not going to do it,
they could have punched him.
If you're not going to do it right, why? You know.
Exactly. They could have. I mean, they were doing all kinds of moves to him. Just punch him, he rolls out the ring. You can pull a punch. He just rolls out the ring. You know, but it was just too much for him apparently. So
somebody who can't pull a punch.
Who can't pull? Ronda Rousey.
No. I should say a knee, but we'll talk about that more.
Hey,
I think it's funny.
It's part of wrestling.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
And it may take him out of SummerSlam.
It won't take it. He'll be there. Are you kidding me? We'll talk about that down the list.
Never know. He might come out with a Cody Rhodes mask on. Gotta protect my face.
I wanted the title.
Gotta have the belt. Protect your face.
You broke my nose. Push it all over my face. I want to take your belt. That's
he's gonna wear the beefcake mask. There you go. Beefcake got his face destroyed by, was it snow skiing or something? I don't even know what it was. But anyway.
Is it bad for me to wish it would have been the Monday right before SummerSlam?
Would have been funny for that. Would have been, you got to change the whole match.
I know, I'm so bad.
You are bad.
I'm so bad. Well, so this is a celebration about Piper.
It is a celebration.
Not talking about Crappy Johnson who sticks his nose in everybody's business. Oh, sorry. Talking about the nose.
Oh, the nose.
But that's
Which was as big as Triple H's after he got hit. Woo! That thing was
somebody
huge.
turned the faucet on.
Oh, Lord. I mean, it was like out to here.
No, it was. It was all over his face. It's too funny.
He
Oh!
Yeah. Can you pull that knee? That was legit.
And you know what's funny? I know we're off Piper, but Piper probably thought it was funny as heck. But do you think there's a little bit of in Seth's mind to not pull it? I mean, you're a professional. You should know. Got smushed all over his face.
He could have put his hands up right here.
He talks in the.
He talks, so why not put your hands up?
Yeah.
Everybody else does.
Put the hands up here when they're kicking. They're like, so your hands get thrown up here. I think Big E do that before.
He could have done this right here. He could have, and then right here, the knee would have hit the hands, and the hands would have hit the nose. That would have broken your nose.
No.
You'd been alright. But I mean, ooh Lord. But hey, you know, I'll give him. I'll give him this. He is a consummate professional. He didn't whine. He didn't complain. I gotta hang now. I gotta quit. This ain't football, people. No. Okay. And I know certain people, even him, like football. I don't. Okay. They wear pads. They have coverage. Okay. And they sprain their little ankle and they gotta quit. Okay. Wrestlers like JBL, and I know Piper's the same way. I guarantee he worked injured all the time.
Oh, yeah.
JBL, back in the day when he was Justin Hawk Bradshaw or Bradshaw, back in the day.
Black Jack Bradshaw.
That too. Broke his leg, wrestled for a year on a broken leg. Okay, so I'll give John Cena his due. He could have easily just said, I'm done. I gotta go get this figured out. My nose is broke. I need help. No. Consummate professional. He finished the match. I'll give him that.
But
I'll give him that. I mean, you got to give it to him. He's annoying because he's always in her face.
Oh, he's
constantly. But at the same time, some of those other wrestlers, that would have happened to him, and they would have said, "Call a match." You could tell the referee, "I'm done." That would have happened. Some of those wrestlers, that would have happened.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, now someone else that happened. I mean, Joey Mercury probably standing backstage and be like, "That ain't nothing, buddy.
Yeah,
that ain't nothing. Go back to Armageddon."
Yes.
When I had my match.
I would love to take a knee to the face.
A knee rather than a ladder. I mean, because he couldn't have finished that match. There's no way he could have
Somebody's
finished that match.
body coming out.
There's no way Joey Mercury could have finished that match. I mean, I thought his nose had literally been ripped off his face.
Yeah.
That's how bad that was. But I'll give it to Cena. I mean, he did at least finish the match. He was a professional about it. And now backstage, he may have cussed that man out. He may have went off on Seth.
He might have.
Vince McMahon may have went off on Seth. Triple H may have went off on Seth. But you know what? Accidents happen in the ring. It's live. Anything can happen.
That's right.
So
I know the golden boy, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes.
that is the way it goes. I mean, Seth may have said, "You know what? I'm the champion. Don't worry about him. I got this. I'm carrying."
Well, that is it for part
A little tangent.
2.
But you know what?
We'll get more on that in part
It's
4 of the list when we do talk more about John Cena.
The list that don't miss, but we are coming up on the Rowdy Countdowns. On part 3, where we're going to talk about some Roddy Piper countdowns.
Oh, yes. Rowdy Piper countdown.
That's right. We're going to talk about his movies, we're going to talk about his catchphrases, and this first one we're going to come up to is the 10 WWE stars who wanted to be Roddy Piper.
Of course, a lot of people want to be Roddy Piper.
So we're going to talk about the top 10 people that wanted to be Roddy Piper when we come back.
And just a few clicks right here on this special look. Hot Scott, Rowdy Piper. We'll catch you in a few clicks.